What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. We have our brand new Talaria Sting R here that we've been making some content on, and we are going to do the first cheap modifications that are going to make this bike a whole lot better. We did this with our other Talaria Stings and we just feel that these mods are going to make a huge difference. So go ahead and subscribe because there is more content on the way.
Okay, so this is what we're going to be upgrading. So we got these pegs. They make a huge difference. They give you a lot more grip. Then we got the blinder headlight from Grit Shift. It makes a huge difference at night. And we got the switch for it as well. We're going to be using this tire that came off of one of our other Talarias. It's the OEM off of the back. We're going to put it on the front because the front tire is so narrow. It doesn't have much grip at all and you tend to wash out. And we're also going to be doing our seat upgrade. We made a video on that a few months ago. There'll be a link in the description. It makes a huge difference. Some people say it doesn't look as good, but we don't really care because it's a lot more comfy on the trails.
Yeah, so that hardware, we're just gonna lift the front of this seat up a little bit. It'll make it nice and level, and it makes such a big difference for those long rides. Okay, let's get into it. We're not gonna go into tons of depth on how to do the seat upgrade because we have a whole nother video talking about that. We'll leave the link in the bio, in the description of the video. But basically, we're just gonna pull the battery out, remove all these bolts here and pull this seat assembly off, and then we'll get to what's next. Okay, we removed the seat assembly. Let's get that mod installed. How many times have you done this, Reed?
4 or 5.
Oh, it's been at least that. I think we've done 7.
Yeah.
We wanted to quickly mention that there's a new metal bracket back here that supports the back of the seat fender. So that's new. We got 3 extra bolts. Before that was just a little plastic piece. We installed our spacers to rise the front of the seat up. Reed's just getting it bolted back on. Then we'll show you what it looks like when it's back on the bike. There it is, all risen up. I'm gonna plug the rear tail light back in, line up all our mounts, put her back on. Seat modification done. That's what it looks like. Just a little bit of nose rise, and all in all, it's very flat. Much more comfy.
All right.
Okay, what are we gonna do next?
Let's do the pegs.
All right, that's quick and easy. It's really nice when you have an impact wrench. Makes it a whole lot easier. And that's it, we're done. Should we do the light?
Let's do it.
Okay, we're gonna replace this light with the Grit Shift blinder. Super easy to do. We're gonna use the same factory bracket that holds this light. We'll just undo both of these bolts right here. We'll chase our wire right into this head unit here. There's just 2 bolts to remove. Then we'll unplug it and pop on the new one.
We're also going to take off the brake sensor wires because we don't want them. We're going to take them off the lever, and we're going to trace the other wire down through here and unplug it as well.
Yep, and if you saw our unboxing, these have a quick disconnect now, which is super nice, but we still just want them gone so they're not flapping around. Okay, we got the little key cover off, and we're going to trace back these brake sensors. We'll just cut those zip ties, fish them through. Now, if you didn't know, this bike actually has 4 different sensors on it. They're all safety sensors. You've got a sensor for each brake where if you pull it, it cuts your throttle. You also have a sensor down in your kickstand, which if your kickstand is down, it lets the throttle not pull as well. And there's also a tilt sensor, which basically is for when you crash and your bike gets flipped upside down or something, it'll stop your throttle. So if your throttle was dug into the dirt and it keeps spinning, so it's a kind of a nice safety feature to leave those on, and the kickstand's a nice safety feature, but we hate the brake ones.
It looks like they redid this design and we're not going to be able to unplug it. So this is the cable for the brake sensor. This one goes to the throttle. So we'll have to leave that in there. We'll just tuck these wires down in there, get them out of the way.
Well, that's fine because we can always just reinstall it. Just tuck them back in there.
Yep. We'll still take them out of the lever though, so these aren't flapping.
This is very entertaining, huh? I know you guys are thinking this is the best video you've ever watched, but try to be calm in the comments. Okay guys, we just took the light off the mount and we're really hoping that this still has a plug. It would be bad if it didn't. So let's trace it back. What do you think, Reed? Oh, that looks like a plug.
It's got a plug
Okay.
still.
So it's just in that boot of wires. Unplug that baby.
That's the light.
And we'll switch her out. Just feed that wire exactly where it went. Plug her in. We like to put this new blinder light on a switch because if it just sits for a while you're not riding, it will get pretty hot. So we like to just be able to turn it off during the day if we're not riding. See how easy that was? Pop that right on the old bracket, fish that wire in and plug it in.
So you can just plug this straight into where the other one came out of, but we just add this switch. So this plugs in there, this plugs into the bike, and then the switch goes to the handlebar.
Yep. You can stick it on the right side or the left side, whichever you like. We like to do it on the left usually so you can toggle it on and off while you're still running the throttle. All right, we got the light and light switch all installed. We got them plugged in, tucked the wires back in, put the key cover back on with these 2 bolts, and now Reed is starting to take the brake sensors off of the lever. So make sure to thread it out instead of in like Reed did. You want it to come out. Once you get it all the way threaded out, pull this whole thing out. This is what it looks like. You got a lot of threads and then the sensor that gets jammed in there. I would probably save these if you ever want to put them back on. Tighten up your set screw and you're good to go. Bike's looking better already. Light works. Check the switch out. Nice. We got the brake sensors removed. Okay, all we got left is the tire.
Worst part.
Yeah, we kind of saved that for last because it's horrible. We're also going to be upgrading these grips. These are pretty bad and they actually twist on you, especially on the left side. So we have some Pro Taper pillow top grips on order. They'll be here in a couple days. This is not really a proper how-to tutorial on doing moto tires because we kind of suck at it.
We're not very good at it.
We're not very good, but we're gonna give it our best here. We don't want to pinch the tube.
I've pinched like 3 or 4 tubes already this year, so yeah.
So Reed's not doing great. And Alex isn't here today. He changed one the other day. So hopefully we can do it. Luckily, these OEM tires are a lot easier to put on and off than some of the heavier duty aftermarket ones. Those ones are really bad.
Okay, we got the tire off. Let's get this new one put on. Alright, we got the new tire on. Let's pump it up and see if I popped this one or not.
All right, guys, let's recap what we've done today. Reed miraculously got that new front tire installed without popping the tube. I think he's 2 for 8 now, so that's way better than 1 for 7. Look at that. We got the seat upgrade done. We got the pegs installed. We got the new grit shift light and light switch. All that's left is some grips down the road, and this thing will be ready to rip. Obviously there's more mods you can do to these bikes, but this is our dad's bike, so we put these on for him. He's super stoked to get out and ride it. He's not quite as hardcore as us, so I think this will be good enough for him. But stay tuned, guys, because we have more videos coming on this bike. We're going to get out on an off-road ride really soon, and we're also going to do a range test out on a super flat road, just like we did last week. So thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned. We've got more on the way. We'll catch you guys next video. See ya.
See ya.